Hey everyone, and welcome back to the Hard Truth Diamond Podcast.
Episode
43.
43. And you know, I was listening the other day. I sent that to you about podcasts.
You send me so much
How
stuff
many,
every day and I
90%
never
of
look at them.
podcasts, 90% don't get past episode, do you remember what it was? 3.
Really?
Yeah, people start podcasts, they give up.
They're just giver-uppers.
They're just quitters, right?
We're not quitters
We're
here.
not quitters. We're on episode 43, and it's been hell for me. Oh, sorry.
I'm right here.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Okay.
This is going to be a really exciting episode. I'm really interested about this topic.
What's the topic?
We're going to be talking about the guideline as to how much a man should spend on his diamond engagement ring.
I guess for a girl, that would be a pretty interesting aspect, because De Beers has been making and changing and updating. But so what do you think it should be, Judy?
So, in my view, in my personal view, I think what you decide to spend on your diamond engagement ring is your business.
So, is that really your personal view?
Yeah, that's my personal view.
You are desperate for a relationship.
I think the only return on a diamond engagement ring, and we talk about our view of this all the time, is beauty. And so, big or small, as long as it's the most beautiful, it doesn't matter what you spend on your diamond engagement ring.
You know, that's very, very, very sweet of you. It's not the Judy I know.
I am sweet. I'm a sweet person.
Okay, it's not the Judy Lee I know.
Okay, whatever.
But,
De Beers has other views on that, though. And so let's talk about that, shall we?
So this whole thing started by listening to Joe Rogan, who I love, by the way. And
I love him as well.
he had a guest on, Dr. Gad Saad.
Right.
If your name's Gad Saad, do you think of changing it? Like, is there a point?
He's a proud Lebanese,
growing
okay?
up with the name Colin was tough enough.
Why?
But, colon.
Oh, I know.
Semicolon. But Gad Saad,
kind of colon.
and it's Gadsaad. You can Google this guy. The guy's brilliant. He's a marketing strategist, and this podcast is about Zahavian?
The Zahavian signal.
Zahavian signal.
Zahavian signal.
Zahavian signal.
Right.
Okay, and what they are, go ahead, you've been doing your homework, Kara.
It is essentially an animal's way of promoting his strength and his
virility.
Power. Yeah. And so examples of that would be in a peacock, for example, for an animal at least. They display a big, colorful tail to show its strength, its ability to impress
its fertility, its ability to be bigger than. So it's kind of interesting.
It's kind of like you.
Yeah, I'm a bit of a Zahavian signal.
You're a bit of a walking Zahavian
Behind
signal.
this massive rack of mine.
Okay.
Super fit.
Okay.
I got my first rollerblade in yesterday. I'm pretty excited. But
the weather's starting to warm up.
My
in
legs are kind of tired today. Don't be looking at my legs.
Okay, well, you pointed them out.
I know at this point I'm starting to look pretty good to you. I get that. So what a Zahavian signal is, and this relates to engagement rings and owning engagement rings, is imagine if the guy gave you...
Sorry, can you silence your phone, please?
So the reason in human beings Zahavian signals are costly, like an engagement ring, is because if the Zahavian signal was only flowers, a guy could give a girl flowers, and I know a few girls who are satisfied.
Don't look at me.
And take her out behind wherever he takes her, and
into the shed.
And
what? That's what God said.
He did say that, which I thought was a weird way to say it, but then have his way with the woman based on only flowers. But a diamond engagement ring, that they talk about this on Joe Rogan, that a few years ago it went to a quarter of a year's salary. So literally 25% of a guy's salary he's supposed to spend on an engagement ring to win the love of his life. And I mean, we have clients that do this. We have clients that do more than that because they can afford it.
Right, so this whole idea of, spending more money on a diamond engagement ring, it was set up by De Beers. It started in 1930, where De Beers said...
Well, in the 30s, yeah, they started to promote this.
In the 30s, they started to promote this, and De Beers promoted diamonds as a way of showing their love and commitment. So it jumped from 1 month salary to 2 month salary by the 1980s.
Let's stay in the 30s for just a minute, though. Okay, I mean, this is hard times. Time in the 1930s. This is Depression times. This is, and so De Beers comes out with an ad campaign. And for those of you who don't know who De Beers is, De Beers started the business. De Beers is the first company. They monopolized the business and monopolized all the diamond mining in the world for generations. And they came out and said, if he loves you and really wants to marry you, he will give you a diamond engagement ring to prove his love.
Right.
A Zahavian signal for that. Okay? And so they said in those days it was 1 month that you had to spend to give her an engagement diamond.
To show your love and commitment.
To show your love and commitment.
Okay, so yes, so De Beers came out with a campaign saying a man should spend a month's salary on his diamond engagement ring.
So every man that heard that said, no way, I'm not doing that. Because, look, guys, it's not for most guys, and I mean over 80%, it's not exciting to go spend a quarter of your salary on a diamond engagement ring. But what do you think the girl said?
Well, if you love me, you better spend that money.
Right? Like, is it a month's salary in the 1930s? And then you were going to talk about the back in the 80s. It's
2 months salary.
They increase it, and guys go, holy, 2 months salary on an engagement ring? And girls go, because there's two paradigms here. We talk a lot about the paradigm in the mined diamond business and the lab-grown diamond business. What about the paradigm between a man and a woman owning a diamond? That's Zahavian signal. It's crazy. Google Zahavian signal, by the way.
It's very interesting.
It really is interesting. And so, yeah, if you love me, if you want some of this, you gotta give me that.
Yeah, exactly.
And I mean, it's amazing how prevalent it is, not just in North America, the biggest diamond market in the world by far, over half the global diamond sales, but globally. So a guy has to spend the money, right? It's interesting.
It is interesting.
So,
and then sometime after the 80s, it became a 3 month salary, and now I guess lab-grown diamonds are here to stay. And
well, that's the other thing that we have to kind of talk about every week is the growth in that side of the business. So we look at it and we say, okay, I mean, if you're going to spend 3 months salary on a lab-grown diamond business, or 2 months,
that is a massive
there's going to be a
rock.
lot of big diamonds in the marketplace.
Exactly.
And it's so interesting. Look, at the end of the day, though, I think, Judy, you called it early. I think what a person spends, we don't care. It's really none of our business. You can go by your own guidelines. You can go, pardon me, by the De Beers guidelines. They talk about Zahavian signals being like, the guy who drives the nice car,
right,
and the guy who has the nice clothes, and the guy who has the really crazy hot book. But these are, they're all Zahavian signals. Google it. And then go to my personal Instagram.
Oh my God.
What?
Okay. All you're going to see is fitness, rollerblading.
And rare rocks. Okay.
Yeah.
So
well, let's talk about the fact that, De Beers set out this guideline to say, okay, spend 2 months salary on your diamond engagement ring. And that was when the world of mined diamonds were more prevalent than,
right,
and lab grown. But now that the lab grown diamond industry has grown exponentially, there's no more reason to be spending. I guess I shouldn't say there's no reason to be spending that much money, but the ability to get the most beautiful diamond at a fraction of the cost is now possible. You see what I'm saying?
Well, if you're happy with a lab-grown diamond.
If you're happy with the lab-grown diamond.
And again, we don't want to step on the toes of people who believe in mined diamonds, because a lot of people do.
We do in
still.
both.
I mean, a lot of our work right now is around the fact of just trying to, we talk about this. If you haven't seen our Instagram posts or our TikTok, where I'm kind of
TikTok famous.
Right. It's interesting because what we're talking about is diamond wars, and this is where the industry is right now. There's a war going on in the diamond industry between lab created and, as far as winners and losers go, certainly lab created is growing every single day. There's more and more articles. We don't want to talk about this too much today with Zahavian signals, but you're right. The opportunity to acquire a massive diamond at prices
and a better quality,
at prices that are really unheard of. Yeah, a bigger, more beautiful diamond is, and if you don't want that, all girls want that, right? I mean, that's that line in my presentation where I used to talk about diamonds to guys, and you can get a bigger, more beautiful diamond. The first client I ever had, her name's Cheryl. She knows who she is. She's still a friend. Been out there for years. And I said to her, Cheryl, come see me. Don't go pay retail. I'll get you a bigger, more beautiful, better quality diamond. And that seemed to resonate with her, and hundreds of thousands, I guess, if I can it's got to be at least 100,000. Yeah. Engagement rings that I've done into the marketplace over the last 40 years, that's kind of the motivation, right? When you get it on, you compare with your girlfriends, which is the big deal. The girl who has the bright, white, beautiful diamond. And the feedback in the market now, it's so interesting, is people don't look at diamonds and go, is it mined or is it lab grown? Yeah. Because they're diamonds. And it's so interesting. But look, we're here to deliver the hard truth. And the hard truth is whatever you're going to spend on a diamond, I'm comfortable with the 2-month salary guideline. When they introduced the 3-month salary guideline, there was a lot of hubbub about it because guys just feel like it's too much.
Well, when you put it into perspective, I think Joe Rogan said, it's a quarter of your yearly salary. You're just like, holy
and Joe
shit.
Went, holy.
Yeah.
Right? Like it's a lot of money. Imagine how big Joe Rogan's would be, though. There's not a diamond. I mean, the guy makes $100 million a year, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Like crazy money, crazy money.
He doesn't seem like the type that would get engaged, though. I could be wrong. Who knows?
He's smart. Is that?
What?
Nothing.
Oh my God.
Like every guy out there knows when he'll go to his buddies, he'll go, I think I'm going to ask her to marry me. And all his buddies will look at him and go, what? Wait, why? Why did you do that?
Yeah.
It's so crazy. But that's love, I guess, right? So, no, it's interesting to learn about the Zahavian. It's the same reason you'll see guys in power cars.
It's a symbol of status, right?
It's a symbol of status. That's right. It's I'm better than you.
Right.
Marry me. I have more
I
of
can
this
afford more, blah, 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 blah.
Right? And so,
So don't settle, ladies. Just kidding. I'm such a settler.
You're such a what?
I'm such a settler.
So far, but I'm working on you. You don't need to settle. It's a choice you make. Okay? Remember what I told you. If you were a few years younger, you would have a shot at...
Honey, we're not in the same ballpark, okay?
So, in summing up, if he really loves you, he's going to get you a big fat rock to prove it. And don't give it up until he does, is kind of what they said on the podcast. I guess you're going to link the Joe Rogan?
Yeah.
So that's kind of the way it was presented.
And what's our view, though?
Look, girls, get a big fat rock, okay? Don't screw around with it. You deserve one for the future coming. I mean, and here's what I say. No matter what you choose to do, no matter what you spend, get it right the first time. Because unlike anything else, when they talk about this Zahavian signal, really what that means is wherever you go for the rest of your life, it will be there, okay? That diamond will be there. And so make sure it's like Judy was talking about, the prettiest in the room, because for a girl it's a reflection of
the love that you two share,
right? And that's beauty. That's about the beauty.
Right.
And if she ever compares and it's not as bright or more beautiful, and we get this a lot because ours are more beautiful than almost everyone in the market. Yeah, girls, get a big fat diamond, the most beautiful one in the room. Don't accept less. Get, and I'm going to segue right now to Rare Rock, okay? Because prices, quality, we're going to be launching our new website called Rare Rock at rarerock.com.
on a very special day.
Oh, yeah, what's the day again? It's for elephants.
Elephants.
It's World Elephant Day.
So we're launching our website on World Elephant Day.
We're launching our website on World Elephant Day, which is...
Whose idea was that?
That was my idea.
I know.
And do you know why it was my idea?
Tell me.
Well, because we want to get across the fact that any diamonds that you receive from us are ethical, right? They're environmentally friendly.
Right.
They'll put a smile on your face like elephants do. How cute! Think of a baby elephant.
Yeah,
Did you see
pretty
that?
cute.
Did you see that social media post about the mother elephant whose baby falls in the mud?
Oh, yeah, I saw that one.
Right? Like,
So
doesn't that make you happy?
Yeah, it makes
That's
me
what our
happy.
diamonds do. That's why we're launching on World Elephant Day. Okay? And De Beers, if you go to De Beers is very big on elephants.
Yeah, they are.
Right? So
yeah, stay tuned for our website. Rare Rock is going to be a brand where we are democratizing luxury and allowing, consumers the ability to get the most beautiful at prices that defy comparison.
and these are the only rare white diamonds. Now, you don't have to pay more for them.
Right.
But the industry profits from lack of knowledge, and this is a big thing that we're trying to bring here. This is why we have 43 podcasts, is the fact that if you distill the essence of a diamond, they are prisms.
Quite simple.
E color is not rare. D is. Transparent is.
They make up less than 1%.
They make up less than 1% of the diamonds. And if you're one of our listeners, you know you have the prettiest diamond wherever you go, because there's no color in the diamond to slow down the passage of light. Visually, technically, the world's most beautiful diamonds. And so I don't understand why anybody would settle for less. I don't understand. I don't... I know there's so much misinformation out there, but if you go to the Sotheby's and Christie's auctions, where the most sophisticated diamond buyers in the world go to buy with all their little tools, and they're buying to make money, it's only D-colored diamonds. There's no resale on anything else.
Right.
There's no value. Every single stone, they're bigger stones at Sotheby's and Christie's. But they're only D colors, and I hate to say D color because that's the top of the
colorless.
They're transparent diamonds, is what they are. And so we're trying to be as transparent as we can here in helping you own diamonds. And so for everybody out there, Zahavian, your ass off. I get what?
Zahavian, your ass off. I think we should name our podcast title.
Zahavian, your ass
Episode
off.
43, Zahavian, your ass off.
Right? So, yeah, I would call it that for sure. Why not?
Good.
But that's what it's all about. That's what you're doing most of the time, whether you know it or not. Right? You're either a Zahavianer or a Zahavi-getter. Okay, right? And again, it's this paradigm between men and women that's so fascinating in the diamond industry. Guys, she wants beauty. She wants the prettiest diamond in the room. That's what it's all about.
Exactly.
Doesn't have to be the biggest, like Judy was saying.
Big or small, but preferably
there'll
bigger.
Always be both.
Yeah.
Right? Bigger and smaller. But if it's the prettiest, it wins no matter what. And the guy looks like a big stud who knows what he's doing. He's Zahavian his ass off. Okay?
So...
You like it when I do that, right?
Yeah,
Because I'm funny, eh?
It's really interesting, though. Yeah.
Yeah. Are you going to ponder it right now for the rest of the podcast? Are you going to sit there and go, oh, it's so
well,
interesting?
it's just interesting that it's biological in us to, be better.
Not just us, not just some people, but animals.
Right.
And like tusks on elephants.
Yeah.
Right? Like big tusks on elephants.
Like long giraffe.
Okay, let's leave that alone. We're going to leave elephant trunks alone.
Okay. Oh, we've become like Nat Geographic. Okay, anyways, you guys, I hope you enjoyed episode 43.
Episode 40. And I hope you learned something. I hope you understand. Yeah. I did not know about the Zahavian thing. I knew the effect. I didn't know what it was called.
I didn't know there was a technical term for it.
The fact that it's in more than just human beings and that it's in, it's quite fascinating, really. Yeah. Anyway, girl, I mean, that's why the leader of the pack is always the biggest guy, the biggest, fiercest guy, right? That's right. Do I seem fierce to you?
Not really today.
No, right? Not any days? The ship has sailed, right?
Okay, well, see you guys next week.
Yeah, thanks for tuning in. God bless. Zahavian your ass off.